February 1973. So that makes the place more than 45 years old. And if you put it in the context of the time, when people were more or less building boxes, this was rather unusual. My husband and I had settled in Selkirk, and this is the only home we have ever lived in. And we had been looking for a number of years at builders' plans. We had been looking at homes for sale in Selkirk, and we just couldn't find anything that really suited us. And so then we started looking at building lots. We kicked around some house plans, and we came to the conclusion that what we really needed was an architect. I had a contact with a friend of mine who was married to an architect who also graduated from the University of Manitoba, and I'm trying to think, I think it was 1965, and moved to Edmonton. And so anyway, my husband went out one weekend to spend the weekend with him to go through houses that he had designed and look at some of his designs. And ultimately we decided that we would at least pay for a design from him. And when the first design arrived, I have to say, we laughed at it. We hadn't seen anything quite like it before. We tried to figure out the floor plans, and we sat down with our interior designer friend, and we, sort of worked our way through the design, and we thought, he's not done a bad job, because ultimately what we wanted were 3 bedrooms. We wanted a big dining room. It was a woodsy kind of house that suited the sort of lot. We wanted something softer to blend into it, and that's why it was done in cedar. Plus, the other thing that was important to us, because on the immediate north side of the house back in 1972, there was nothing but agricultural fields there. And we had no idea what was going to be built on the other side. So the design that he came up with has virtually no windows on the north side of the house, except for the entranceway, which is in a bit of a U-shape. So we were sort of protected from anything that went up on the other side. And then so all the windows in the house were focused towards the back of the lot, which we knew we had control over. Everything wasn't mortgaged into the design, let's put it that way. I mean, there was architectural fees that we paid for. There was no landscaping. There was no driveway. That came in the next 4 or 5 years after we were in there. It was strictly the house.